What's going on? What's wrong?
Listen to me very, very carefully.
Look at that.
It's all going to turn off.
What?
It's going to turn off, and it will never, ever turn back on.
Big news breaking tonight about J.J. Abrams' new television show, Revolution. The show is about what might happen if the world lost all of its electricity forever. Now, we learned today that the show got huge ratings for its premiere on NBC last night, right after The Voice. Tonight, we are going one-on-one with J.J. Abrams in a headline-making Showbiz newsmaker interview. So nearly 12 million people watched Revolution last night, and that makes the show the best premiere for any TV drama in 3 years. I got to tell you, this is such an unnerving premise. Imagine all electricity just disappearing, apparently to never come back on again. No lights, no cell phones, no iPads, nothing. The show was created by J.J. Abrams and Eric Kripke. Eric is the creative force behind the hit show Supernatural. I just spoke with J.J. for a Showbiz Newsmaker interview, and he told me, as wild as this premise sounds, he and Eric learned that it was actually possible.
We rely on technology for essentially everything, to survive, communicate, travel, right? So the idea that in a fairly short period of time, in this case 15 years, this country is sort of transformed into what could be something that you think might even be a Middle Ages type epic story. You know, Kripke had a physicist come into the writer's room and sort of talk through versions that would work for his story. And so this guy came in and basically pitched out how this could be feasible.
I know you're surrounded by technology all the time, but do you wish for a simpler time?
It is without question, you know, a double-edged sword. On the one hand, I love technology. I love what it allows you to do creatively, obviously communications, you know, the ability to, you know, do FaceTime with your family, you know, when you're not with them, the ability to travel to another country at a whim if you can. I mean, it's insane what is at our fingertips. When you remove all that, not to mention just getting food and eating it, or you know, medical care. I mean, the list is, it just permeates every aspect of our lives. So on the one hand, you think you can't lose technology; it would be the end of civilization as we know it. On the other hand, what a relief to have quiet.
Has working on Revolution in any way caused you to prepare for perhaps what you would do should all the power go out?
I don't know how long I would survive in this kind of world. I mean, really, when you think about when the power goes off, in many ways the power shifts, because people who are incredibly comfortable and don't need to actually, you know, do any kind of real, you know, survival stuff at all, those people don't know how to, they don't know the first thing. I mean, right. They're just going to be fodder for, they're gone. And the people who understand what it is, even I have friends who, you know, go camping and are out there in the wilderness, and I just know I would do everything I could to get to them fast because they'd know how to live. You know, and it's really a fascinating thing. But we haven't personally gone, you know, into crazy forge mode.
Have you prepped at all, or did you prep at all before getting involved with the show by maybe, you know, putting down the iPhone for a couple of days or staying away from technology?
Are you crazy?
Well, I do it, man. Let me tell you something.
No,
I go on vacation, and I mean, I don't completely unplug from life and electricity, but I do. I figured out you have to do it.
But isn't it a weird thing? Don't you have that compulsion when you put it away where you're like, you don't feel that way?
Vacation is too important.
No, but you don't feel that thing of like, that draw? Really?
I have figured out a way around it, I guess. Beer helps.
Beer helps. Well, okay, that's true, yes. No, I haven't done it as an exercise, but, you know, obviously there are times or when I'm going to, you know, a dinner, put it away. But beyond the iPhone thing, which is sort of everyone goes to, the phone you have and all the information, when you actually look at what would happen if the power went out, it really is terrifying. And not just in terms of the structure of the world we live in, but also just when you think just socially what would happen.
Sure.
And that really is part of what the show's about, too.
Such a fascinating guy. I also asked him about the new Star Trek movie that he's working on, his second time directing a movie in the franchise, this one called Star Trek Into Darkness. Now, JJ's lips were sealed on the plot. He says he hasn't even begun thinking about whether he might do a third Star Trek movie yet. But in the meantime, you must check out J.J. Abrams' great new show, Revolution, Monday nights on NBC.